Hello, the Chief Justice.
Just a minute, Mr. Krago. Before Mr. Ahmednasir.
Yes, my lord.
Do you have evidence that they did not vote?
Yes, my lord. That's why I said at the beginning of my submission that, my lord, if you look at Part A of the petition by Njonjo and Mue, they just say that the petitioners are adult Kenyan citizens duly registered as voters. One is registered in Langata constituency, the other is registered in Nyali constituencies. There is no averment that they have participated in this election. There is not a single averment. In fact, my lord, if you look at, I didn't want to take a lot of time on it, but if you look at paragraph 16, paragraph 17, 18U, it's the entire, my lord, the entire petition is premised that there was no election. There was no election. That's the, and the election so-called, which is an alternative to that there was no election. The election so-called was now reached the following constitution. But the first premise is that there was no election. That's what the principle said, my lord. My lord, the same, and let me just help the court, my lord. If you look at Harun Mau's, my lord, Harun Mau's, both his affidavit is very interesting, my lord. It appears at A63. Harun Mau's addresses a lot of issues in detail. For instance, the way he's a stickler of or champion of the rule of law, the way he has never committed a crime. I don't know why you find that very important. The way, my lord, that he participated in the constitutional enactment, the way he has been a member of parliament, the way he has participated in the debates. But, my lord, at the last paragraph, paragraph 140 is the one he says, I make this affidavit on my own behalf as an affected party, being a voter, and a person who respects the constitution and the rule of law. There is not one sentence in that detailed affidavit that gives even all his backgrounds where he says, I went to vote and I'm not happy on how my right to vote was treated, my lord.
Mr. Ahmednasir?
Yes, my lord.
The right to vote also comes with the right not to vote.
Yes.
So if I exercise my right not to vote, are you suggesting that I then cannot come to this court under Article 140? Because I've exercised my right not to vote.
My lord, my lady, the right to vote is a right captured under Article 38. There is no right not to vote. It's not in the Constitution, and you will not find the right, it's not a right not to vote. It's a decision not to vote. You abstain. Yes. So, my lady, when you elect not to vote, you are just invalidating your right to vote. But there is no distinct right called the right not to vote. You are just spoiling your vote. You have elected not to vote. But there is no distinct right called the right not to vote. Because the Constitution gives rights in a positive, tangible manner. But my lord, let me see. I mean, my learned friend just showed me our submission. No, it's an affidavit by Winnie Guchu, my lord. If you look at page 10 of that, paragraph 21F, there's a quotation from a decision in India which talks about that position, my lady. Probably, should I read or will the court read for itself? This is what it says, my lady. It says, all the voters do not always go to the poll. Voting in India is not compulsory, and therefore, no minimum percentage of voters have been prescribed either for treating an election in a constituency as valid or for securing the return of the candidate at the election. The voter may not turn up in large numbers to cast their votes for a variety of reasons, such as agitation going on in the state concerned on national or regional issues, it's a common knowledge that voting and abstention from voting is also the pattern of voting depending upon complex variety of factors which may defy reason and logic. This court has taken judicial notice of the fact that in India, all the voters do not always go to the poll, and that the casting of votes in an election depends upon a variety of factors. But my lord, I think the point, my lady, you are making is, if you elect not to exercise your right and you have slept on it, the consequential factors that are triggered by that, or the consequential factors that are triggered by those who elected to vote, you should sit out in that process. You can't say that I will not participate in this election and then say that this election is wrong because of A, B, C, and D. You are not a participant to that process. You can't challenge that process.
Thank you. Yes.